Welcome back to the channel, lads. It's episode 19 of our Blackburn Rovers career mode. We go into this one in the back of our biggest Premier League victory of the season, 4-0 against Nottingham Forest. I mean, in the last 5 or 4 Premier League games, we have won 3 of those. I don't want to play down the victories, but those teams that we've won against, Nottingham Forest twice, Everton as well, and we got a draw against Crystal Palace. Those are teams in and around the bottom 5, and given that we're having good season in the Premier League in our first season, it was. I mean, it's good result for us. Don't get me wrong, but it's only going to get tougher as we start playing the likes of Fulham now. We've got Brentford, who again we did have a good result against Hull City. The games against Aston Villa and Tottenham are going to be really tough. Of course, we lost to Tottenham. Heung-min Son getting a hat-trick when we faced them earlier on this season. Hopefully things would be a little bit different there for us. But one thing I want to try and do this in this episode is try and bring in one player, maybe two, if we can. It's gonna be a struggle to bring in 2 players just because we've only got £7 million left in our transfer budget. And one of the positions that I'm looking to strengthen is the CDM position. I think Travis have done fantastic for us this season, and honestly did not expect him to play as many games as he's played. But if you look at this midfield position, we are a little bit short. So Cantwell is not a box-to-box midfielder by nature or by trait, but we have been using him in that position. And you have got Daniel, our summer signing, who was injured. He's not going to be back for the next 4 weeks. We don't have anyone on the bench that is a centre midfielder. Rankin Kosayo can play there if we need him to, but he's more of a right back, isn't he? Although I do appreciate the fact that he can give us cover in multiple positions. One of the other positions that, if we do get one of these players injured, Koulibaly and Carter, we have been quite lucky this season in the sense that we've managed to keep our centre backs fit. Because if one of them should get injured, that leaves us with just Scott Wharton, who is 70 rated on the bench, who, to be honest with you, I don't think is good enough. But I might just gamble for the remainder of the season and hope we can keep Koulibaly and Carter fit. They have played every Premier League game for us this season, and we might need them to be fit and available for the remainder of the season as well. But let's take a look what we have got in our shortlist. We've got a bunch of centre defensive midfielders because that is the priority for me. Christian O'Donnell's one of them, £7.5 million, just about fits in with our remaining sort of funds that we have to spend. And we have got the likes of Walter Berger as well, who again just about fits in with that £7 million that we have got. Don't forget, in the summer, we did look at him, but at the end, we decided to go with Daniel instead. He's still on our shortlist here, 76 rated. I don't think he's improved since the summer that we looked at him, which might be a little bit of a shame, the fact that he's not improved in about 5 or 6 months' time. Sometimes that tells you, and maybe he's almost hit his ceiling, hence he's not improving. But he's 6'3". He's just gonna be that big lad that we need in the middle of the park for us. That's just gonna win headers. Is technically really good as well, and he's quite mobile for someone who is 6'3". He's left-footed, which can help. It's good to have a few left-footed players in your team. But anyway, we've also got Boubacar Traore. For me, the only centre defensive midfielder that sort of fits into our budget, £5 million. I think we can get him for a little bit less than that. And if we could do this deal for Traore, that could mean we could also maybe bring in a Kevin Keegan, who is a centre-back from Watford, 72 rated, but he's still going to be better than Scott Wharton, who is on the bench for us right now. He's 6'3", and I do believe he's only going to get better. He's not as quick as the likes of Carter and Koulibaly, but not all your centre-backs have to be rapid. But it is quick enough to get the job done. I'm not quite sure which of those players that I want to go for. What I will focus on doing right now is going into our next game here against Fulham. And by the end of this Fulham game, I would have made a decision on which of those signings we want to go for. But let's get into this one. I think we got a positive result at Craven Cottage, didn't we? 2-1 victory, if I'm not mistaken. I know Emil Smith-Rowe scored a good goal against us, a player that we have to watch out for in this game as well. And if I can remember correctly, I was hoping we came up against Adama Traore just so we can test out his pace against our own rapid Koulibaly. There's no doubt Adama is quicker than Koulibaly, but it would have been nice to test out his pace. Once again, I forgot to show the lineup. There's Iwobi going forward. I like this Fulham's third kit, I believe, or is this their away kit? I'm not sure if it's the third one or their second kit, this one. But I really do like it. For me, it's my favorite one. Iwobi has made a good run there. He had so much space in front of him, but then decided to, for some reason, go back. They've got Mbolo up front in this game. He can be a handful if you watched him in the World Cup for Switzerland. It's, oh my God, no way. No way. I hate it when I make mistakes like this, you know. You try to stay composed and play out from the back. But once in a while, you make mistakes like this, and these Premier League teams will punish you. And to concede a goal like that so early, it just makes things so much difficult for you, doesn't it? Oh, the shot's been blocked. It's going to be one of those games, isn't it? It's going to be one of those games as we win back possession here. Buckley, Carter, driving forward. He did intercept that ball for us. Oh, what a save from the goalkeeper. Tyrese Dolan, that was, I believe. Cantwell, rather. Whittaker. Left foot. Koulibaly's there. We keep possession again. Back to Whittaker. Far post. And the Crystal. That kid looks so much like the Crystal Palace kid, doesn't he? The Fulham defense is going to get that one away. We're still asking the questions here. It's a little pullback to Travis. Oh, it's a save again. Oh, we have dominated this game. We have absolutely dominated this game. Oh, we've almost done it again. We've almost done it again. Gifted them a goal in the first half. We've been the better team here. We've been by far the better team. But, of course, when you give a cheap goal away like that at the start of the game, it makes it so much difficult to get into it. Just Cantwell out wide to Whittaker. He's so left-footed when you... Well, he's not so left-footed, but given the fact that he's left-footed to Cantwell, bend one. Oh, how is that not gone in? I was just talking about how, given the fact that Whittaker is left-footed, when he gets possession out wide from that side, it makes it difficult. It's not far away, though. I've just criticised his right foot, but he's almost scored with it. It's a substitution here. Harris being taken off. Who is replacing him from Fulham? I wonder who that is. There's Mark Guehi. They've got a good team, haven't they? I've got a feeling we will lose this one. Although, there's still a lot of chance. Still a lot of time for one or two chances for us before the end of the game. Sasha Lukic has been taken off. Anderson is replacing him as well. That's a defensive move, isn't it? That is a defensive move from them. They're trying to hang on what they have. Ethan Carney is replacing Pickering. And Harry Leonard is replacing Nene for the remaining 22 minutes or so of this game. But that is a big defensive substitution from them, isn't it? Bringing on Anderson for a midfielder. It's Ramsey, one of the second half substitutions, trying to go for the spectacular there. But I like it because we have one possession. There's the run that I've been missing all game. Leonard, he likes to make those runs left foot. He's the only attacking player that we have. It makes sense because he's pretty much the only out-and-out striker. The likes of Whittaker and Nene, they're not out-and-out strikers, are they? He's the only one that asks that questions and make that runs behind the defense. And we've actually missed that in this game. Koulibaly, yet again, he's quite good in the air, isn't he? Oh, 3 minutes of stoppage time, 2 minutes played. Gifted goal to Fulham. And it's going to be a defeat here. Maybe a little bit of time to make it 2. Good save. They will have a corner. It's so disappointing as well. Because we've been by far the better team. But like I said earlier on in the first half or earlier on in the second half, when you gift possession to a Premier League side like this and they take a lead, sometimes it doesn't matter how good you play, it can be difficult to get a result from those games. Unfortunately, it's a defeat for us here. But yeah, we will take it on the chin and we move forward to the next game. So I think I've almost made a decision here in terms of who I want to sign in that CDM position. O'Donnell's looks like the first choice at the moment being just 21 years of age, is only going to get better. Defensively, he's quite good as well. Defensive awareness could improve. We know that, but he's only 21 and he will only get better. And the second choice there would be Wouter Berger. The fact that he's 6'3" and left-footed and is really quick as well, mobile for someone who is 6'3" makes me think this deal might just make sense for us. But that would only be if we can't afford to get O'Donnell's. And they're saying we can get him for about £6 to £8 million, which if we can get him for like £5 million with a little bit of a sell-on clause, I will be happy with that. O'Donnell's, though, slightly more expensive in terms of their asking price, between 8.4 to 10.5 million pounds. That might just be a little bit out of our price range. But Traore, I don't think he's quite good enough defensively, which is putting me off the signing a little bit. But if our top two priorities is not possible, we might end up settling for him. And Hackney is just a no-no for us. He's really expensive. He's not a player that we can afford in the January transfer window, having a market value of £12 million there. But let's see what we can do with this deal. I do know, your continental sides, your Brazils, Argentinas, those clubs in those countries, they do. Oh my God, they have changed this. I can't even see what figures I'm giving the players here, or I'm offering to them here, which it doesn't make sense. Why would they even do that? But anyway, £5 million, let's give them a 20% sell-on clause. If we do sell him, they will be making probably about £2 to £5 million, depending on how much. Oh my God. 20% sell-on clause and £5 million, and they feel like we have wasted their time. They're not even willing to negotiate, which is astonishing to me, if you ask me. But anyway, we might just end up going for Wouter Berger. Yeah, I think I might do something similar. And £5 million and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm having to count here because I cannot see a thing. And let's go for the 10% sell-on clause this time and see what Stoke City say. Okay, at least they're willing to negotiate. £5 million, 15% sell-on clause. What are they going to say? Okay, £5.8 million and 15% sell-on clause. We will struggle a little bit to offer him wages if we end up paying that £5.8 million. Again, I'm going to try my luck here with £5 million, just so we have, yes, they will say yes to that. It took its time, but we finally got there. £5 million, a 15% sell-on clause. Don't get me wrong, it might just be a little bit too much, but it's January transfer window. We have to do something to be able to get that deal done. 195k, £23,000. I'm happy to give you that. And we have made our first signing of the January transfer window. It's a centre defensive midfielder, a player that has been in our shortlist since since the summer window, rather, and we opted to go for Daniel instead. Don't get me wrong, Daniel have been absolutely fantastic for us, but we have gotten ourselves here an out-and-out centre defensive midfielder for the remainder of the season and for future seasons as well. If he can help us, keep hold on to our position, he gets the number 14 shirt, or maybe finish in the top 10 of the Premier League in our first season here, that is absolutely fantastic. But we have got an offer here, £1.7 million for Matt Gay, which I'm going to reject. I'm not willing to let him go, not this window. Anyway, a couple of other players have left us as well, a couple of youth academy players. I believe, let's just take a quick look. Any more outgoings from the youth academy players? Carney is left on loan to Darmstadt, and Dylan McCandy have also left on loan to, is it Trabzonspor, the Turkish side? And of course, we have signed Wouter Berger. We did confirm last episode that Leon Hale have joined Randers for £850,000. I tell you what, the sale of those youth academy players have ended up being crucial for us. Otherwise, we would not have had enough money to be able to complete that deal for Wouter Berger. This is not good. We have two injured players here in Lewis and Neil, which means we don't have enough fit players in our squad to be able to go into our next game. But how do we solve that? Definitely not signing a player, because we can't afford to do that. But what we can do is look into our youth academy. We promoted Parks, who is 67 rated, centre midfield position. He could play 1 or 2 games from now to the end of the season, and we will sell him in the next season. He's not going to demand for too many games. He can just, for now, sit in that reserves position. And for now, he'll go into the bench, actually, just because Lewis is still injured. And oh my God, we need one more still. I'm not sure how we have allowed ourselves to get into this position, to be honest. But I'll go for Terry, another player that he doesn't have decent potential, centre back. He could make it, he might not make it. But for now, he completes the squad for us. And that should allow us to go into the next game once we make this change. Oh, that's a nice view of the G-Tech Community Stadium, isn't it? The Brentford Stadium. They spent quite a lot of money on that stadium. I can still remember their first game. It was against Arsenal in the Premier League. Your first game in the stadium. And of course, you just knew it was written for them that they were going to go on to win that game. I thought they played really well. And ever since then, they haven't looked back in the Premier League. And they have gone from strength to strength. Brentford, one of the side that I'm really impressed by, the sort of signings they make. They have got Igor Thiago on the bench. I think the striker they signed to replace their outgoing centre forward. What's his name? How have I forgot his name? What's his name? Ivan Toney. Yeah, that's his name. Ivan Toney scored. He's not had. He's been unlucky, hasn't he? The fact that he was signed, got injured in pre-season, and we haven't really seen too much of him. He scored a lot of goals at likes of Ludo Goretz and was it Club Brugge they signed him from the Belgium league. They like to start quick, Brentford. They like to start quick. Good opportunity there. We are not going to give up from trying to play out from the back, are we? We make mistakes from time to time. Another one there. But I think the reward of playing out from the back, it's much bigger than the risk. When you get it right, it opens a lot of spaces for you. And because of that, we will not give up doing that. Doesn't matter how many mistakes we make, as long as we keep on doing well, scoring goals, getting points, I'm happy to carry on doing it. Call it stupid, but I think it works. Oh, lovely there. It's giving it away though. No. Oh, no. They've just absolutely carved us open there. I thought the left winger, North, he scored. I think they've signed him from the... What have they signed him from? My brain is just going blank today. They have signed him from the German side. And what are they called? They're normally regular sort of team in the Europa League, Champions League these days. Oh, that would have been such a quick equalizer. I can't remember the name of the German side, but of course, if I remember, I will come back to it. That's a good opportunity there. It's absolutely doing my head in that I cannot remember the name of that German team. I'm just gonna keep on thinking about it until I can find it. But there is the move again from Harry Leonard. That little bit of a dart and run behind the defense. He loves it. And the last couple of seasons for us, he's made a career out of it, really. And he's done it there again. And what a fantastic finish. Yeah, it's Frankfurt. I've been looking for that name for the last few minutes here. I just couldn't remember Frankfurt for some reason. And that's where I think they have signed that left winger from. Excellent defending there, by the way, from Koulibaly. Honestly, I don't show how good he is quite often, just because you have to try and keep the games as short as possible when you go on to edit them. But I could make a 5 to 10 minutes compilation this season of how good he's been for us. Honestly, I don't sing his praises enough. As Pickering wins possession for us high of the pitch. Nice turn there from Leonard. It's going to belt one. Yes! And just like that, we have turned it around. That is an absolute world-class finish, by the way. I'm not saying he's world-class. I'm saying that is an absolute world-class finish. Substitution here. Suso have been taken out. and it's been replaced by Richarlison. Hopefully, we don't get to see the chicken dance here. We know if he scores a goal, the chicken dance is going to come out. The corner has been dealt with. Oh my God, no way. No way. Callum Britton, I've got some chasing to do here. Come on, son, you can get there. Oh, that's excellent, man. I wasn't really confident that he had the pace to get there before Richarlison got in front of goal. Leonard, Gay, and who else was part of the substitutions, all being replaced there, freshen the team up. We're 2-1 up, and Gay, Whittaker, and Leonard replaced by Nene, Cantwell, and Scott Travis as well, coming into shore in that midfield in place of the more attacking Todd Cantwell, who've been solid in this game, by the way. Todd Cantwell. What a finish that is. What a finish. That is a centre forward's finish, man. And he's made it look so easy there. The midfielder, Janelt. What a finish with his left foot. You could have two goalkeepers in goal there, and they would not save that. You could have two goalkeepers in goal, and that was not getting saved. It's an absolute finish with his left foot as well. I mean, you won't see finishes like that in the championship. We struggle to find any decent finishes. Yes. Oh, they scored earlier on in the first half. We had an opportunity immediately with Tyrese Dolan to get an equalizer, but we couldn't do that at that time. They got the equalizer. Dolan with the assist to Nene. Oh, what a finish. I'm tempted to say Brentford might be one of those teams that we are always going to win against. It doesn't matter whether they're 2-0 up, 3-0 up against us. I almost sort of fancy our chances to go and get a result against them. It was 3-0 victory, the first game of the season. Couple of mistakes here. Richarlison trying to turn. That's excellent defending. I believe from Carter. Koulibaly yet again, son. Come on, 1 minute to hang on here. Pickering tried to get rid of it, but still with Brentford. They're probing right now. We can't give them space. He's offside. He's offside. And the referees ended the game. Oh, it would have been so unfortunate if we conceded a goal there. He wouldn't have counted anyway because he was offside. But yeah, what a way to finish the game, scoring immediately after conceding. Fantastic 3-2 victory. This will be a very quick and quiet January transfer deadline day for us. We don't have enough money to sign any player, and given how we've got a very small squad, it was so difficult to put a team together, or to put a squad together going into our last game against Brentford. We had to bring in a couple of youth academy players into the bench to allow us to do that. But less than £1 million left. That's barely going to be enough to do anything in the deadline day. Hence, it's going to be very quiet here for us. We've got a transfer offer here, £3.2 million for Luis Travis, who is our captain. I will reject that offer. We're too thin right now, and it's not giving us enough time to go out there and find his replacement. Plus, we're doing a lot better than Everton this season. Hence, we don't have to sell to them. If it was a bigger team, maybe your top 5, top 6 Premier League teams are maybe doing better than us in the season, I would have considered that offer. But yeah, no need. It's not going. It's too late now to find a replacement. This is going to be it for us, lads. In the January transfer window, we brought in a player that I think is going to be important for us. And we also, sent out a bunch of youth academy players on loan. We did manage to sell a couple of them. A few rumors going on here. Grimaldo, Rodrigo Muniz, and Xavi Simons from PSG to Liverpool there. I don't know if those deals will have time to be completed. I doubt it, but maybe one or two of them might go through. Let's take a look. Some of the biggest January signings this season. Ricardo to Liverpool, £53 million. Diogo Dalot joining Milan there for £42.5 million. Let's take a look. And a bigger one, Pavlovic, £28 million, by the way, for Pavlovic. That is a really good signing for Barcelona. That is cheap, man. £28 million. You've got Unai Simons going to replace Andre Onana in goal for them, £59.7 million there. Oh my God, Pedri to Manchester United. Actually, there were a few deals bigger than Saka. Pedri to Manchester United, 151 million. Gavi, 146. Rodrigo to Liverpool, 137 million pounds. Saliba to Barcelona, William Saliba, that is, for 109 million pounds before the Saka deal. It's safe to say the Premier League teams have spent the most money, all three of them breaking the records there. But anyway, it's been a fantastic January transfer window there for those teams. And for us, we have to prepare for our next few games. We've made a lot of substitutions going into this game against Hull City here. Scott Wharton starts. He's not played too many games for us this season. Our new signing, Wouter Berger, starts this one as well. In midfield, Travis is in midfield. And Whittaker and Max Gay starts up front for us. Last season, we had the opportunity to see a lot of these type of games just because I felt in the championship, we were on par with them. Good save there. We were either on par with some of these teams or better than a few of them in terms of ability-wise. Hence, we could afford to see a lot of games. But this season, I don't think we've seen any Premier League games. Come on, the longer this game goes on as 0-0, it becomes to get worrying for us. I want to try and have a cup run. It's a free kick there. Max Gay being fouled. So Cantwell will step up for this one. He's our best free kick taker in the team, I believe. Maybe Whittaker might just be better than him, but I'm not sure. But Cantwell steps up on his right foot. Are we going to dummy the ball? No, he's not. I thought he was going to go over it for someone else to take it. But we've actually scored our first free kick goal of the season. And it's Todd Cantwell giving us the advantage going into the break. In the first half, that Hull City have clearly been the better side. Yeah, we're going to hang on to this. We're going to hang on to take on the 1-0 victory and progress to the next round. And we do hang on to progress to the next round of the FA Cup. I do want a cup run. Dominated this game, Hull City, by the way, but we were just more clinical. So Cantwell scoring with our only shot and goal of the game, which is amazing. Oh, he's back, lads. He is back. I have missed him this season, you know. Daniel, I was tempted to give him a goal in our last game, the cup game against Hull City. But you know what? I felt like he needed a little bit of time to recover from that injury. I think he can do everything. He can defend as good as he can attack. He can keep the ball as good as he can win tackles. He just does everything so well. Him and Buckley, I absolutely love both players in that midfield for us. If only Buckley has had the potential to grow a little bit more. It's a shame that I don't think he's going to get too much better than 63 rated. But Aston Villa, by the way, Boniface, they've got there leading the line for them. Really dangerous side, Villa, you know. Unai Emery is doing a fantastic job for them. Recently in the Premier League, they've been a bit shaky. And I think they've lost their last 4 games, which is the first time it's happened since Unai Emery took over at Aston Villa. He's not talked about enough, is he? He's absolutely not talked about enough. Took a team that Steven Gerrard was trying to get relegated to finish it in the top 7. Header from Koulibaly. It's a good ball to Boniface here. Carter is going to struggle to keep up, and keep up he does. It's a corner though for Villa. They've got 2 really good centre-backs there in what's his name? The Real Madrid centre-back these days, formerly of Chelsea. What's his name? Antonio Rudiger is the one. And they've also got John Stones. I don't know how they've managed to pull that one off. To be honest, he's been injured a lot, hasn't he? I'm not surprised. And Manchester City have decided to cash in on him. Brentford has taken the lead. We've won possession back here. Buckley into Whittaker. He's going to hit it. He can hit it from distance. On that occasion, it's just narrowly off target, I believe. Let's take a look at this again. Oh, it's not too far away, you know. It's going to be one of those games, isn't it? Both teams have been defensively spectacular. Going forward, both teams have been a little bit short. Oh, my God. I don't think he realized and Boniface. I don't think he realized how it was Ian Matson actually, the left back. I don't think he realized how much space he had there. We have been absolutely terrible going forward in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Koulibaly, man, I love this. I love this lad. He's so good. His recovery pace. Oh my god, no. I've spent too much time trying to praise the defense. And I think it was Pickering, the left back, absolutely are almost costing us a goal there. Romano's been taken off here, and Kochku, the Turkish centre midfielder, is going to replace him. Leonard being replaced here by Nene. He has been a little bit quiet, hasn't he? In the last couple of games or so. But yeah, he's only 21 or 22 years of age. He's going to have quiet spells like this. Tielemans. Tielemans is once again another player that what he's done for Villa this season, especially stepping up to do that. Good save, stepping up to do that Douglas Lewis's role. You can see how much the defense appreciated that save from the goalkeeper there. Because what's happened is that although they have signed Amadou Onana, Villa, well, they've actually changed the role slightly. Tielemans is doing more of the Douglas Lewis's role, and Onana is more of the sort of box-to-box breaking up the play midfielder for them. And I thought that change from Villa, you know, selling Tielemans and signing Onana, has actually made them a better team. Not in terms of, oh, what a chance! What a chance! Our biggest opportunity of this game. And I tell you what, we've barely created any chances in this game. But over the top there to Nene, he should finish that one, to be honest. He should have banged that one in. 89 minutes. Villa have asked all the questions in the second half, I've got to say. They're clearly the better team than us. Maybe we've shown them a little bit too much respect in this game, if you ask me. I think our last game, if I'm not mistaken, ended as a draw as well. So it's both teams have shared the point in both games, 2 points each. And to be honest, I would have preferred to have lost one and won one. I think they would say the same as well, because that means you get more points by winning a game compared to 2 draws against them. But there's no shame to getting a point against Villa. It's a big result for us, by the way. And hopefully we can take that momentum into our next game. Tell you what, top 10 is becoming more and more possible the more we play. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually go on to finish, not Champions League, I don't think we're going to finish in the top 4, but maybe top 6 Europa League, top 8 Conference League. That would not be a bad season at all for us, being our first season in the Premier League. 44 points, 25 games played. We are scoring goals, which is good. We have scored 41 goals this season. But defensively, we can be a lot better. I was about to say clean sheet then. We have kept 4 clean sheets this season, I believe. Let's take a look. Where do you even find that? I'm not sure, but I think we've kept 4 or 5 clean sheets this season from 25 games, which it's not bad. We do need to improve defensively. We know that. But anyway, smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed this one. Just before we end the episode, let me take a look at the top goal scorer, Erling Haaland, of course, 15 goals in 23 games. Heung-min Son has been there all season. You've got Merino, that's the most surprising one, a midfielder, being in the top 3. Gyökeres, 13 goals. You've got Anthony Gordon in there as well. Openda, Bruno Fernandes. You've got Almiron, Alexander Isak. I mean, look at Harry Leonard is in the top 11 right now with 10 goals, considering he's been out for 4 weeks this season. He's been out injured for 4 weeks. And also because we're playing with 2 strikers up front and we have got 4 or 5 players in that position. He hasn't played as many games as he did in the Champions League or Championship last season. But I'll see you all on the next one. Thanks for watching and bye for now.